Now then, so I'm back, and it's good to be back. Oh, it's been too long talking about what I was up to. Also, I have no idea what Prince is doing. He's fighting the blinds, but that's going to be going on in the background. Um, yeah, basically, I spent a lot of time on like long-term planning for the channel and things like that. Um, I did a load of data analytics on my stuff. My day job is being like a data analyst, so I just did my day job, but for my uh what's it called for my channel. Worked out good. Planned out for streams, so there's going to be streams more regularly without a drop in the amount of YouTube content. I just had to logistically figure out when I could stream, when would be a good time to stream, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think it was pretty productive, But I'm back now. However, there won't be a video on Sunday. I'm taking a break for that, and I think that's a valid thing. That weekend it's Man and our Ron's 3 year anniversary. So I think I'm allowed that one. Uh, Now for this video, I've got to hold my hands up and say that in my last video I was completely wrong. I thought Redea Siege was the way to go for it now. Like NR's a bit in a bit of a rough spot. And I thought that was the way to go. And I'm wrong. I'm wrong because I've been playing Commandos and that is just it's been something else. Really been something else. Um, I've taken it from basically hadn't played any NR apart from the Redea list. I think I got to about 2420 with Redea. I played a bit of Commandos before I streamed, got to about 2440, and then streamed last night for about 3 hours, and we got it to 2540, which is absolutely insane. And I think this is due to it being a kind of perfect storm for decks like Commandos. It has a lot of points it can put out in round one. Um, you can just kind of bleed for the sake of bleeding, and a lot of decks rely on pretty solid combos. You know, things like elves, like Hyper Thing, for example, really doesn't like you bleeding them. And then you can take a nice short round, spam out a million commandos, and there's very few decks that can deal with it. The meta is also massively shifted towards Tall Punish, and Tall Punish kind of doesn't do a great deal against commandos. So, yeah, all in all, I've been very, very impressed with it, and I think right now in the meta is the time is the time to spam it out. Um, just before I speak about the deck itself, if you do have any like questions about it, when this video goes live, I am going to be streaming, and I'm going to be trying to take this deck to 2600 because I think it can do it. Um, and yeah, so if you got in early for this video, hop over to the Twitch. Links in the description. I'll be playing this live. You can ask me any questions you got. But the general game plan for the deck is quite simple. In round one, you're looking to generate a commander or commanders on the board, and then you're playing blue stripe scouts, you're playing your full test, you're playing reinforcements onto a scout to get another scout to spawn more, and you're basically generating as many commandos as possible. And if you fill up a row with commandos, that equals about 36 points. A few points on the front row, you basically end up with like 70 points on the board. Um, Pretty solid, and typically that'll win you the round. Round two, you're just bleeding as short as possible. You don't really care about going a card down, anything like that. You just want your round three to be incredibly short so that you just basically play 2 or 3 cards and then you play a commando, use your last leader charge, spawn out a million commandos, and your opponent can't do a great deal about it. And it's a lot of points. If you think God comes down as massive amount of points, it is nothing compared to Commandos. So yeah, very relatively simple game plan. There's a couple of things in terms of like board space you need to think about, but it's relatively simple to play, but it's very, very effective. I won't go on for too long, and we'll get into the games. Also, this is a joke of a matchup. I'm probably jinxing myself, but I've typically found that we have an absolutely insane matchup against Line Pockets because it's kind of a weird one. Although they have like a ton of damage from a lot of the control things, in terms of like smaller bits of damage, they actually can struggle quite a bit. Guess it's Roche. Guess we're using Roche this round. When you look to go like for a Fairco or something, we can just straight up go for Roche. Get out a few Commandos. We'll try and hold AA. Just in case they kill all our Commandos or anything like that. But this should be okay. Because mainly the only way they can like deal with fall test is either using like a freak show, jamming something like Orson himself, or dumping a load of damage over a couple of turns. And if they go the couple of turns route, then we carry out Marine, boost us up, it's all good. Hopefully win this round, go into round 2, take it super short. And then card advantage is kind of irrelevant. It's a skewer tooth. What a sight. What a sight. I don't care that we don't damage him. That's why I prefer not running the dual units. Instead of it becoming like super awkward where you have to kind of mess around with the units hoping that they line up, you can just say, okay, I have 3 charges. Sometimes it goes to waste, but I'm guaranteed that it's always fine. That I can always use it on the Commandos, always use it on Roche. We're all good. Yeah, there's the dip. And like this is fine. If they kill a Commando, then we just Blue Stripe Scout, put another one, we have another 2 lined up. And like sometimes what people do is like they think, oh, I'll just pass on 7, and that's just not the way to go when Force on the board. You just accept that you need to deal with it. Philippa is an answer, but again, that's totally fine. We've got our value out of it. Philippa's surprising to see, in all honesty. But that's kind of the good thing though, about like when it gets, you know, taken through like Yennefer's Invocation or something like a Philippa, there's not really much use for your opponent. I mean, sure, it's like 1.10 engine, but not many decks are going to get value out of putting cards at the bottom of the deck. Units, that is, obviously, Skytel and things like that can benefit, but yeah, there's no real benefit for other factions with Fall Test. Yeah, like, they're going to put another Jackal on the bottom of the deck, it really doesn't matter, does it? We can just kind of keep going, because what's that, 7, yeah, 8. I'll take 8 Commandos. We're up by a fair bit of points. We'll probably play down to 5 and then pass. Because we'll play at 10 points next turn with Natalis into a reinforcements into another Commandos. And our Hubert will be pretty much ready to come out just in time for a round 2 push of some form. I'd rather not use this AA, just so we have access to it next round and round after. I think they're just kind of considering what to do here. Seems a little odd. And with us being this far up uneven, like there's really no downside. No downside.
How's you doing business with you?
Cool.
Dark clouds gather over Temeria.
And that's the beauty of this deck as well. It doesn't take much brain power for me, so I can just jam down your Commandos, spawn a load of Commandos around 1, and then pray that you don't get dicked by your draws round 2 and 3. And that's literally all there is to it. I mean, there's more to it than that in fairness. Like, your macro game plan's pretty important. There's some decks you want to be pushing in round 2, some you can just take a long round and it kind of doesn't matter. And this is kind of been shown perfectly, like, against, like, Spelletel, you can be reasonably happy to go to round 3. If it was unitless, I'd be terrified because Shiru exists, and Shiru can kind of make this obsolete. And then, in matchups like this, for example, I really want to push in round 2, so I'm just going to keep going. Um, I mean, it kind of depends what they do here, in fairness. Because they are down by a lot. And if we can represent a position where we're like up 3 cards, or we can just get the win on even, perfect. I mean, this matchup's kind of amazing, to be honest. Because we can just play down to nothing now. And then take a round 3, where we just jam out the Commandos. And it's just too many points too quickly. Autonomy is a little late, but it's what it is. I mean, we're going to siege this round, aren't we? It's obvious we bring out the siege. So we'll Adalia for a blister, and then go for a siege, and then play another blister, and then play another blister. I think that's a good a plan as any. And we can pivot at some point. Which then brings us to a ludicrous round 3 where we have last say and we just last say Commandos, and it's too many points from, because all the points come from removing units and we just don't play any units until the absolute last card. Because they can't develop. How many Commandos we got now? 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 4s are 28. Plus another 4 from Amphibious Assault. 34 points. They can't put out 34 points in that amount of time. Nowhere. We could actually play Donomir. Maybe should have played Donomir, thinking about it. Maybe rushed into that a little bit quick. You know, it's okay. I feel like we're just kind of playing this game out because we just don't lose these ones. Interesting. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I think maybe Donomir was the better choice there. Could have completely invalidated the brawl. Well, if they want to play unit list, that is totally fine with me. We'll just we'll keep developing stuff. Might even be a 2-0 without the Commandos, in all honesty, from how it's looking. Amazing. And again, we can just kind of chill at the moment. We'll play something at some point, Chief. Like, I get what they're going for. Or, like, play unitless and it kind of stops these. But the problem is, like, they just don't have a follow-up, you know, like 22 points from them in one round. I realise they do have full coins. Obviously, they can add some bounties or something like that, but they probably lose coin value because they're going to over-profit. Like, if this is something like a cleaver or like a break show, you know, they've lost a lot of value there. What are you going to be? Reels? Cool. Been very careful, seeing if we can actually just hold out on playing the Pavetta. Obviously we're going to play Pavetta next, but hold on, pulling out the Hubert. We kind of don't need him at the moment. Kind of don't need him. Come on, my guy. Come on. Come on. Come on. 4.
You will stop, please.
I mean, I'm thinking this is like they've gone for like a traditional line pockets version with like God, so we probably just get that out as well. I'm not expecting to see a Witchfinder. You know, with things like Set Skewer Tooth and Tavern Brawl. Double bloody good fun as well. I think they've just gone all specials. Cool. I mean, we probably just... I don't even think we're seeing a round 3 here. Okay, I'm not sure how big the God is, but I don't think it's big enough. Yeah. Like, wasting my time, man. Hyper thin, boys. I mean, this is good, because we can win a round 1 against them. Oh wait, it could be, I mean, it could be, what's it called?
Come to Pappy!
Hey! Thank you, Pingu, for the cheer, much appreciated. I think, right, you should have access to, some emotes now. Because I put on, like, emotes for it, when you do donations. Do, like, bits donations. So there should be bits rewards. I think it's like the scrap ones. These ones. Not much, but it's honest work. Oh shit, I set too high. Yeah, I think I set too high. Whoops. Is what it is though. Is what it is. That 5 is kind of fine. I don't know what we want. Maybe we want a Roche. I don't know. This is making me feel a lot better. I think this is hyper thin. Oh, beautiful it is. It is. It is. It is. It is. Right. Right, let's go. You can go here. And let's draw into something. We could get the siege. Just because I really, really, really don't want to brick on siege. Because I think we only really lose, like, bricking on the siege, really. Because we want to use siege in round 2 for a big, big bleed.
Elves must die! Semper Fi!
I mean, they could pass on 7. Yep, I was going to say, but then... and then Nakers comes out. But now we have, like, 2 already set up in deck. We've got the siege hoo-ha going on. Oh, we're good to go. We are absolutely good to go. Roche is also very nice to see because we can... Like, what we'll probably look to do here, right, is... let me just reorganize my hand a little bit. We don't want Marguerite. Don't want Siege Ladder. Guess we're getting a Siege Ladder. So we have 3, so we can afford to set up a Ballista. But what we'll look to do, right, is we'll look to use Roche and Blue Stripes and Reinforcements this round, get a load in our graveyard, but save Pavetta and AA. Save Pavetta and AA. Use them in the later rounds. Well then, nice little spawn. I mean, jamming siege is just worth doing, isn't it? You know, maybe it gets heat waved. If it does, then heat wave's gone. And as I keep saying, it is never, 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 never about the points. Never about the points. Can't send a message. Cool.
Semper Fi! Nice mess you've got here.
Now we can go siege ladder, we can go blue stripes, we can go reinforcements, and then we just chill. And then we just put that around amphibious assault. This is also amazing because it looks like they haven't hit a snowdrop.
For the great sun!
Oh, and a Durdrick. You love to see it. But that's, I mean, that's fine. They're inevitably going to end up having to play out their, what's it called? Sunset. Just because of how far we're going to go into the round. Sunset will live. Will it come out? I'll play 2 more. I guess they can save the sunset. But at this point, it kind of doesn't matter. I mean, in fairness, depending on how this is looking, we may just go for that 2-0, you know. What we got? Why has it jumped to the middle of the Hollow Knight OST? Honestly. Get it back to the beginning. You know what I mean? This is where all the points are coming from. Their Triss won't do a great deal. Obviously Yen's Yen, but it is.
Nice mess you've got here.
And then we take our leave after this one. They do get up to hold on to the sunset, and the sunset's going to be really big, but it is. Oh wait, do they? They may not get to hold on to the sunset here. They can shuffle back one of these, play one of these. They can get away with it.
An interesting choice.
Ooh, ooh, beautiful. Can't ask for better than that, in all honesty. So what we got? What we got going on here? Got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 3, 5, 8, 9. Yeah, it's Dunzo. I'd drop that. Drop you. We're gonna run out of space, aren't we?
Praise be to the great sun!
We actually don't get all the boys. We miss one. Just because of road space. Okay.
Not without good reason. Understood.
Yep.
Will be rain or frost.
Okay, so that's Tristan, yeah.
You will stop! Please!
And, right, they're gonna Triss to kill the 7. Which actually just works out perfect for us. And obviously it is a big point slam for them, being able to hold on to these, but we kind of don't care. We got the Vilg out. Oh, best thing for them would be to kill the 6, but they'll kill the 7. Yeah. Which, weirdly, plays for less points.
Temeria has yet to speak its last. Semper Fi!
Here they come.
Death to the enemy!
Oh, feels good, man. Feels good. That's 2,500. That is 2,500. Ooh, NR's bad, right? NR's bad. Remember, NR is the worst deck right now. And it's literally trash, and you can't do anything with NR, right?